Hi, this is Salman.
Hello, this is Vanshi.
Hi, I'm Nilanjan.
What happens when we put a query to search in Solr?
The search query is processed by the default request handler. The request handler defines the logic to be used for query processing.
First, the request handler calls the query parser, which interprets the terms and parameters of the query.
The default query parser of Solr is also called standard query parser. It gives us reasonably good precision.
Solr also has a dismix query parser. It is much more tolerant to errors, which gives the user experience similar to popular search engines like Google, which hardly displays any syntax errors to the user.
The improved version of dismax is called extended dismax, which is another query parser which gives good precision while tolerating syntax errors.
Inputs to a query parser can include a search string, parameters for fine tuning the query, and parameters for controlling the presentation of query response.
Search parameters can also be specified in a filter query. They can be used to improve search performance as Solr. uh,
Another grouping method is called clustering, which groups results by similarities when the search is executed. It can reveal unexpected commonalities among search results.
One such grouping is called facetting. Facetting is the grouping of results into categories. Within each category, the number of relevant results are written, which is called a facet constraint.
Another grouping method is called clustering, which groups results by similarities when the search is executed. It can reveal unexpected commonalities among search results.
Solr also supports a feature called More Like This, which enables user to submit new queries that focus on particular terms returned in an earlier query.
A Solr component called Response Writer manages the final presentation of the query response. Now we will provide a small demo of how searching in Solr works. We use the films dataset which comes pre-included with Solr. Our search for Spike Lee gives us 11 results. We specify the number of top results that we want to see. Here we put it as 5. In FL, we put name and score for us to check, and then we click on execute query. Solr usually ranks documents in descending order of score unless specified otherwise in sort. As we can see, we can also get outputs in other formats like JSON, CSV, XML, and others. Now, as it is perhaps our last video assignment for this semester, we have a special guest with us, Mr. Pramod Gupta, who is an ex-Snapdeal search architect, currently a manager of data science in Birdeye, and who will be joining Microsoft shortly as an applied scientist. Mr. Gupta is here to talk about how they implemented search in a large scale at Snapdeal.
Hey, hi. I'm Pramod Gupta and I work for one of the largest Indian e-commerce organization as a search architect. And we were using search as a discovery product for our catalog. So, like in any search engine, we are having three major components. The first one is understanding user intent, that we call it query understanding layer. And the second is like how we are organizing or indexing our catalog, which is a use catalog. The catalog we were just trying to index, and there are a lot of information which we are trying to organize and index it. And then the third layer is like matching the intersection of the intent whatever we have understand and whatever information we have in our catalog which had been indexed. So I will just explain the first, like what we were doing in our query understanding layer and how we have implemented. So in query understanding layer, we have implemented through a sequential modeling as a sequential modeling problem, and we have used like conditional and random field for formulating that problem. And in for from every user query, we are passing through the model, and it just identify the four component in that query, every user query. The first one is like brand name, category, filters, and attribute. There is a very subtle difference like between attribute and filters, which is just like filters are providing a navigation purpose. We were just using it, which is business needs, and Then once we have identified all these information from query, whatever user had typed, then we are just going in, hitting our index and discovering all the products, and it just match the bring all the information which is available in our catalog, and we just match the user intent. And the the fourth one is like a biggest challenge, like in what order we have to show the result to the user. So that is basically a ranking problem. So in the ranking problem, we were just using typically all the information which is available in our historical log, which is like click data, and we were using other information also, like because it is business objective, like we wanted to give user, we have converted this ranking problem as an bandit problem, where we are trying to explore and exploit the our catalog and user intent, so that we can maximize our business goal. Because it is not like that, if against one query user is just clicking on one product or two product most of the time, so we don't want to limit our users to just we don't want to exploit that information only, because we wanted to increase the click. So it is a kind of exploration problem also. So we have formulated that problem in such a way that we were trying to maximize our business goal, and along with that we wanted to optimize our business metric also. So that way we have implemented our search a product which is like giving quite good result, and it was just fulfilling our objective also. Like long tail queries are in very lesser percent, but it is a very critical for the business, because whenever user is coming and typing a long tail query, so it's just showing the intent of the user of buying something, because user is very clear that he doesn't want to explore anything, he just wanted whatever he typed in the query. So we were managing those things also very beautifully in our system, and it was very good system. And that way we have implemented our search product in our organization. So I think this will be helpful, and thank you.